I'm paying all my bills. I'm using my credit responsibly. I'm not over leveraging myself. Why is my credit score not going up? It's so stagnant. It like fluctuates between 2 and 3 points, but I'm not seeing any improvement. Like, what am I doing wrong? Now, in this video, I want to kind of break down exactly what might be the problem. It is a simple thought process, but I want people to understand your credit score is just a reflection of your credit profile. It is the factors of credit that dictate what your score looks like. So if you want a better score, you must look at your factors of credit. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what to look for, what to consider in terms of what your actions and things that you have to take in order to get your credit score up. All right, so again, do me a favor before you watch this video, like this video and hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it, baby. All right, so I'm going to give you the meat and potatoes right off the beginning. The one most important thing, if you don't take anything else from this video, the number one thing that you want to consider is your utilization. I'll say it again, your utilization. A lot of people don't realize utilization dictates a huge chunk of your credit score every single month. You cannot just pay the minimum balance and expect your utilization to go down. You want to look for what is called your reporting dates. All right. When you look, let's say, for instance, you open up Credit Karma or Experian, whatever credit monitoring you use, you want to click your account and look at last reported date. That reported date basically means this is the date that this credit card company called Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, and was like, hey, there's a $10,000 credit limit on here, and he's using 80%, which is $8,000. So mark that down in your books, right? And then your utilization will shoot up, which would essentially lower your credit score. Your credit utilization is the number one thing I tell people. You have to get that under control. You find exactly what your reporting date is. You pay your bills down as low as you possibly can 2 days before that reporting date, 3 just to be safe. Let it update. So when it reports a lower balance to the credit bureaus. So now for 30 days, it's going to report that low balance and your score will essentially see a boost. I always tell people try to keep it at 10%. And if you can't, there's 2 ways to kind of control your utilization. You either lower the floor or raise the ceiling, all right? When I say lower the floor, you pay the debt that you owe down. So that way, when it reports less. Raising the ceiling is increasing the credit limit that you have. Whether it's calling the credit bureaus or calling your credit card and be like, hey, what's the word here? Help me out here. What is the chances that I can get a credit limit increase, right? And you want to say, hey, I want to get a credit limit increase, but I don't want a hard inquiry. Is there anything you can do to help me out? If they can raise the ceiling, that'll lower your utilization because it'll be a lot higher. If it's 10,000 and you're using 5,000, right? That's 50% utilization. But let's say, for instance, that 10,000 goes to 20,000, that 5,000 you're using drops from 50 to 25% utilization, right? I want to spend a little bit of time on this because this is the most important part. Make sure, if you can, keep it at 20% or lower. I personally suggest 8 to 10% is the happy medium, but your utilization is the biggest reason your score will go up or go down. And especially for a lot of my clients, they're like, oh, why is my score went down this month? Your utilization went super high, John. All right, get that in check, man. Get that in check. Okay, number 2, not enough credit history. We talked about this the other video. Your credit cards grow with you, right? Your loans, they grow with you. All these products that you get in terms of borrowing grows with you, right? So when you get a credit card, as soon as you turn 18, that will start to grow. You cannot beat time. Time will have to grow with you. So the more cards you get, it chops down your credit age, right? So that's why people do credit stacking or get multiple cards at once, because they're able to grow it together. But your credit age is very, very important. If you have a low credit age, right, even though if you have a really old card, you want to continually building your credit age by applying for new credit. As an example, someone who got their credit card 2 years ago will have a lot lower credit age than someone who got their credit card 10 years ago. So it's very simple. Just understanding your credit age takes time, and the quicker you start building those lines that can grow with you, you essentially make your credit age a lot more solid. Okay, number three, and I can't stress this enough, you might have too many hard inquiries on your credit report. Now, you probably wonder, okay, well, Solomon, what is a hard inquiry? What is it? How do I have too many of them? Every time you apply for credit, you get something on your report called a hard inquiry. That is basically a lender trying to check your credit, see how you're doing, look under the hood. What does the engine look like? What does your life look like, right? They're trying to see exactly how many times you go and apply for credit. I always tell people it's as if you borrow money from person A, person B, person C, person D, and then you go out to person Y and they see you borrow money from everyone. They're going to think, why is this person borrowing so much money? They must be desperate. Something must be going on in their life that, hey, they're a lot more high risk here, right? That's why when you go to dealerships and they pull your credit all over town trying to get you the best rate, you want to go in with a pre-approval and make sure that they don't pull your credit. But besides the point, having a ton of hard inquiries can make you look desperate. I suggest maybe two, maybe three. You don't want to have 20, right? But you want to make sure you're very conscious of who you apply for. When you ask for a credit limit increase, they might even tell you, hey, I'm going to pull your credit. I'm going to give you a hard inquiry for this credit limit increase. You want to be like, hey, is there any way you can do a soft increase? Soft inquiries don't hurt your credit score. They won't ding you. And it's just like they're not checking under the hood. They're just peeking. They're just like, you look good. Having too many hard inquiries can definitely hurt your score as well. Number four, not enough variety, or also known as a credit mix. You see, you cannot just have all credit cards, all right? You want to have a mix of things. You want to have credit cards, right? You want to have multiple credit cards in good standing. You want to have a personal loan. Maybe it's a mortgage. Maybe it's a car loan. Maybe whatever it is, personal line of credit, a business line of credit, a home equity line of credit, whatever you're borrowing. You want multiple different mix of credit, because like installment loans don't get graded the same as revolving credit lines, right? It's all different, but it has different type of weight to your credit profile, which ultimately makes you look a little more interesting, a little bit more responsible, right? So just like you as a person, maybe you have multiple things that you're interested in. Exact same thing, you want to treat your credit. You want to have multiple things that are on your credit report in good standing, so that when people pull your credit, they say, oh, this person has a loan that paid 100% of the time. Oh, this person has a credit card. Oh, this person has this. Oh, this person has that. You'll look a lot more better in the eyes of the lender. Now, number seven, and I spread this a lot with my clients, negative items on your credit report. Look, I get it. We've all been there. You might have late payments, maybe collections, maybe charge-offs, maybe too many hard inquiries. Maybe you co-signed for someone and they didn't pay, or you have a repo or a bankruptcy. I don't care, okay? Life is life. We all make mistakes. We're all human. I am not someone to judge. Hopefully, neither are you. If you're perfect, then by all means. But I know I'm not, so I can't judge. If you have negative items on your credit report, you want to make sure that you start looking into those things. You want to make sure you start looking at it and be like, oh, there's a late payment here. Oh man, wait a minute, I made sure I paid that on time. How can I get that removed? I have a collection here. How can I get that off my collection, right? The charge off, whatever it is. You want to look for all those negative items on your credit report and get those removed. You can hit up any credit repair company. You can even slide in my DMs. I'll help you out if you need be, but you can do this yourself. Look for the disputes. Look for the inaccuracies on your credit report. Equifax says I paid this on time. Experience says I paid late. One of you guys are lying, right? Write a dispute to both and show them the proof that you paid it on time. They'll be able to remove it from your credit report. Understanding that these derogatory items on your credit report can definitely hold you back. See, I have a lot of people that, oh, I have a 750 credit score, but you have 3 collections on your credit report. You have all these late payments on your credit report. Just because your score is high doesn't mean anything. When they pull your credit profile, they're going to open it up and look. Well, this guy's a high score, but utilization's great, but a bunch of late payments, ton of hard inquiries, 3 collections, 1 charge off. They're going to see that profile, and you want to make sure it's clean. You want to make sure you wash your dishes, right, before you use it, right? Same thing. You want to wash your credit report before you hand it to a lender and use it to go apply for credit. Now, again, Selfish plug, if you want my help to help you clean up your credit report, I'll leave a link down below or slide in my DMs. But again, you can hire anyone else or do it yourself for free. It is just tedious. That's the only thing. You got to learn how to do it and whatnot. So go ahead and do it yourself if not. So basically, to kind of wrap it up, the reason why your credit score is may not be growing this month or next month or the last couple months, right, is because you're not paying attention. You're paying attention to this number, this facade that doesn't really matter. It is the profile. It is the things underneath that number that matter. Is your utilization very low enough? Do you have derogatory marks on your credit report? Do you have a mix of credit, right? Maybe you have too many hard inquiries. You have to look exactly and break down, what are the factors that are making my credit report and where is it all in red? I want to look for all the things that are holding me back. Fix those so that when it does report, maybe it's utilization, maybe it's derogatory marks. If I fix those things, it'll then report as a higher score. Higher score is what? More opportunity. And again, you want to make sure you comb through it, take your time, don't get too stressed out. A lot of us have made mistakes in our past. I know when I first started in credit, I don't want to get into it, but I was very, very bad. But basically, just understand those are the main factors of why your credit may not be growing, okay? And understand too, you want your credit to grow so you can then take that opportunity, capitalize on other opportunities, generate cash flow, buy back your time, and come to Hawaii and hang out with me. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helped and maybe opened your eyes to why your credit's not doing so well. And as well, I really hope you take action. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.